All right, today we're going to look at the glitches of Rev360, the issue that Rev360 is giving the taxpayers. That is what we're going to look at because I've been receiving so many calls, so many chats, so many DM that this is not working, this is not working, that is not working. So we're going to analyze them here. And if there's any that you think I didn't mention here, you can put it on the comment section. The aim of this video is to pass this message to the right authority, to NRS, to see where the taxpayers are having issues so that they can amend it and work on the Rev 360, right? So the first area is the downloading issue. Downloading of the template. Now, remember, initially it was the login issue, but we thank God that we are able to resolve that aspect of login and the credential and all that. But the next problem is that downloading this template for CIT or EDT or with happens to be a problem, right? So many people will try to download. It will keep giving them error, error, error. So I think they should work on those aspects. To downloading this template is an issue on Rev360. That is one of the glitches. So the next one is populating it. Populating the template. Now, when you finally succeeded in downloading the template, now populating this template become an issue. Now remember that in this template, you cannot impute zero. You cannot impute zero and you cannot impute the minus, a negative sign. Now, if you cannot impute zero, just let me know how you want to file your nil filing. Your nil filing for CIT or your nil filing for your what? Your VAT. Or also tell me how do you want to file your statement of affair if you cannot impute zero, because once you hit this zero, right? Once you hit zero, it will give you an error message that this is invalid. You cannot use zero on this template because the way it was programmed and conditioned, once you put zero, it will read invalid. So you just have to leave the zero and use alternative figures, which is not good, which has been hindering the taxpayers from filing because there are areas where they needed to put zero. And if you say, okay, I don't want to put this zero, I don't want to put anything there, the bar will not be 100%. You just have to put something before it will hit to 100%. That is one aspect they should also do something about. Secondly, negative, minus. Who told you that a company cannot have negative return earning? There are companies that have negative return earning. How do they enter this thing on the template? Whereas when you put any figure minus 50,000, for example, it will read invalid. They only want to see figures like this, nothing in front of it like this. Now, how do we impute negative figures? There are so many companies that have what? Return earning in negative, except for those who knows how to use Excel very well, who can manipulate this and get a negative figure. But recently, the download most of us are seeing now is that you cannot even edit anything. Everywhere is locked up. In the download, everywhere is locked up. In populating this, it's locked up. You cannot edit anything. The only thing you need to do is to impute figures in revenue aspect and the administrative expenses aspect. The other side, you cannot impute figure. Everywhere is locked up. No formula is showing. It's just locked up. So I think we should do something about this. That's to populating the templates. There are area that you should let go. If you can remember on tax promise, you find nil. On tax promise, you can use minus on tax promise. How come we are moving to ref and we can no longer use zero? We can no longer use minus. I think it's an area that the NRS should handle. Maybe to communicate with the software engineers to handle that aspect. The next area is what? Uploading these templates. Now, eventually when we succeeded in what? In populating it, the next thing is uploading it becomes an issue. I've gotten so many calls, so many DM that okay, I cannot upload. Is there anything I can do? Is it I mean uploading it is an issue because each time you upload it will keep giving you error, error 500, error this, error that. So I do advise people, okay, upload during midnight. That is where the traffic will be less, but yet we keep getting same story because the upload is not working. But one thing I'll do assure them is that I know that they are working on the Rev360, and the Rev360 is a continuous, there are continuous work on it just to improve it, to make it accessible and friendly to what, to all the taxpayers. That just keep trying, keep uploading, it will upload. Keep uploading, you might be lucky, it will upload. But all I know is that they are working on it. But for how long are they going to work on it? Where the VAT has a timeline and the CIT has a timeline in which after that time a penalty will surface. I hope they will look into all these hitches and consider some of the taxpayers. In fact, virtually all the taxpayers, because uploading this is not the fault of the taxpayer, but the fault of the Rev360 for not accommodating the upload. Even not too long, I tried it. It wasn't going at night, it wasn't going. But that does not mean if you try it, it will not go. Just keep trying. Maybe it happens to be a time when the atmosphere is good for the upload to go. Just keep trying, you'll get it. But it's an area where the tax authority should look into and resolve so that the taxpayer can have a smooth upload. Right? Good. The next thing is reversal of tax due. Reversal of tax due. Now, if you notice, I made one filing. Yes, I made one filing, made the payment. In fact, the payment has been made. The next day, I saw that that same filing, it was VAT filing, was reversed back for me to refile. Reversal of tax due. So many people also complain that the ones they have filed on tax promise, once they migrated to Rev 360, they migrated the tax due back to Rev 360 for them to refile again and make payment. Whereas they have filed and make payments on tax promise. It keeps so all these things I believe is migration issue and all that. I think it's an issue that the NRS is aware of, but they just have to come into this and make it work well because the reverser is coming. You will file. The next thing you go back again to your dashboard, you see the same thing you will file will pop out again for you to file again. I think it's one of the glitches that we are facing as taxpayers that the NRS has to look into reversal of tax due, and I believe they will do something about that. The next one is unnecessary penalty. I call it unnecessary penalty. Now, remember, you might file VAT now for March. Okay, let's say VAT for March. Normally, it will hit you 100K as penalty. Yes, for those who file, it will hit you 100K as the penalty. Why? Because you file late. And most of the time, the complaint is that the platform did not allow people to file on time, and that is why they have to file late, and the penalty is 100K. Now, remember the migration from tax promise to ref, the time, the migration and all that. At the time, the tax format was not functioning well. The moving to Rev360, that early stage, it was not functioning well. And that was when this match of a thing and April VAT of a thing now pop up and everything. Once you file, you get a penalty of 100,000 for what? For March. That is for March. Then for April, is and for March and April. Now, you might also notice that when you file for March or for April, you see a penalty of 2.5 million as penalty. At times, you file for April, you see a tax due. Maybe the one you file for April is maybe a tax due of 15,000 naira. You now see a tax due of 157K as the tax due. These are glitches we find in Rev 360. I think they are aware of and they are working on it to make sure that the taxpayer don't pay all these amounts, this penalty, to make sure that the taxpayer don't pay them, because apparently it's not the fault of the taxpayer but the fault of the platform for not allowing them to file asset when due. Right now, the next thing is what? Payment issue. Now, if you remember, some of us that file nil on that, on the platform, that is Rev360 platform, you will notice that after filing nil, it will show you the payment option. It will show you pay now, and I wonder what will you be paying for when you are filing nil. If you remember on tax promise, once you file nil and you proceed, it will nail off itself off. It will go off. But on Rev360, it will show you to pay nil. And when you proceed to pay maybe via withholding or via online, it will not go. It will not go. It will read network error, this, that. One, it will just give you one excuse or the other not to go. So I think that is one of the itches, one of the glitches you are facing in Rev360. And I want them to, yes, they are working on it, and I believe they will do good job on it, right? So that payment issue, once you are filing and you are filing nil, once you get to payment, you should just hit lock. You should just do it the way you do it on tax promise. You file, you pay, and it will just go off like that. Instead of it to line up on the payment aspect of zero for you to pay now. And when you click to pay now, you cannot pay. You cannot pay. So I think that's one of the issues that you also consider. Next one is migration of filed already taxes that are filed on tax promise. I think I've mentioned this already, that on tax promise, most of the things people have filed initially on tax promise were migrated to Rev360, and they were asked also to file the same thing again. So those issues are issues that I believe they will all settle. But the most important aspect where the taxpayers are in their face are the aspects of this penalty. None of them wants to pay this penalty because apparently it's not their fault. So they say it's not their fault. So I would like the NRS in conjunction with the government to do something about it and waive all the penalties, and let's start afresh. We are moving into a new era of Rev360. At least let's start afresh. Let's start afresh. Let's forgive about the old debt. Could be as a result of Rev360 or migration from tax formats to Rev360, right? It could be that. But now let us assume that we are starting on a clean slate. Let us move together with Rev360 without any penalty, right? And I would like us to push this video so that the right people will get to know about this video and do the right thing and do the what they need for. Now, let me know on the comment section if there are any glitches that you are facing on Rev360 that I did not mention. Put it on the comment section. I believe it will go far, and we all hope that sooner or later Rev360 will be working very well and perfectly, right? See you in my next video.